What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and welcome back to yet another post-match fan show. The post-match fan show is your opportunity, it is your chance to have your say on everything Tottenham related. But Sim, how do they have their say?
Well, before every single post-match fan show, the link for the fan show is in the description below, where you'll be taken to the back end, you'll be see everyone waiting, and before we bring you on live on the fan show, live on YouTube, to have your say. But gold members, all gold members get priority for the fan show because we have a lot of callers waiting, so we gave priority to gold members. But how do you become a gold member?
I'm glad you asked me that, Sim, because it is very, very easy to become a gold member. There's actually two tiers of memberships: silver membership and gold membership. Silver membership, you get custom emojis, you get badges next to your name saying how long you've been a member, and you get monthly shout outs. But for the gold membership, you get everything that is in the silver perks, plus you get priority to come on to each and every one of our post-match fan shows. But not only that, you get monthly prizes as well. 3 gold members every month get called out from a hat on our last live watch long of every single month. And the 3 prizes are: the third prize will be a flag and a program. The second prize will be one of these lovely We Are Tottenham TV shirts. We have 8 colours of them. Link in description, by the way, if you want to buy one. And number one prize for the giveaway is a signed Tottenham Hotspur shirt. So our first month, we gave away a signed shirt from Toby Alderweireld, and we have got many, many more signed shirts to give away. So click the link below, join our gold membership, and be in it to win it.
All right, now is the time for you guys to have your say. I want to hear your opinions on all things Spurs and the latest match action. Looking forward to having you guys on and hearing your opinions.
All right, we'll see you on the fan show. Come on, you Spurs. What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here for another post-match fan show. I just want to know from you guys in the comments, is everything all right? Because we saw some lagging comments. Is it still lagging, guys? Let us know in the comment section. But look, we have drawn 1-1 at Selhurst Park. Yeah, it's still lagging. It's all good now.
All good. I don't know, whatever. Let's just carry on.
All right. Look, 1-1 at Selhurst Park is not the result that we all wanted. But look, there's only... You can only blame ourselves today. That's the honest truth of the matter. We had this game in our hands. All we needed to go and get that second goal, and we can't revert at 1-0. It's just too much of a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, we got what we deserved today. We invited all the pressure onto us, and everyone could see a goal coming at 1-0. All the set pieces they were having, every time they had set pieces, they looked dangerous. Benteke was winning all the headers. They are creating chances, and we're giving away too many stupid free kicks and too many corners and everything. So I think
it's like I said in the beginning of the game, we all said, like, this is the kind of game that you need to be winning when everyone else's results are going in our favour. And how many times over the years have we not delivered on this is very, very frustrating. Considering the positivity we've had the last few games and everything, it's disappointing to not get over this hurdle. But
the most frustrating thing for me is we started the game really well. We thought we came here, we're going to take away 3 points no matter what. Creating chances, Guaita making some unbelievable saves, keeping us out. Yeah. And then we just seem to stop. We seem to say, all right, we're 1-0 up now. Now you can have the ball, and we're going to hit you on the counter. But we never hit them. Yeah. We never hit them on the counter. We just invited them. The most annoying thing is, as well, is once they scored, make it 1-1, all of a sudden we had to attack again, and we did attack, and we did create chances, and we did force Guaita into another few saves. But it just begs the question, why did we wait so long? Why wait till we equalise so we start attacking again? That's the most frustrating thing.
It's just not this game, is it? I mean, it works in some games and in some aspects, but today, where there's a team that could be easily beaten, we just stopped after that first goal, didn't we? And not until the last 10 or so minutes did we start waking up again. And it's too late really by then, because the other team, like Palace, they just adjust themselves to accommodate defensively and everything, and we end up frustrating ourselves. But yeah, their keeper did make 2 or 3 amazing saves.
Yeah,
and,
in Mourinho's defence, their keeper was probably man of the match, and he put
Yeah.
an absolutely fantastic performance. And if it wasn't for that, we might have, we probably would have come away with 3 points.
Yeah.
But it's just frustrating that when we did attack, we attacked well. So why not attack more? Why wait why not wait till we need to attack?
Yeah.
To actually create some chances.
I don't
And
get it.
we just kept giving away stupid set pieces and stupid corners and free kicks where we didn't need to, and it cost us in the end.
Look, at the end of the day, it's not an easy place to go, Palace. We know that. Palace were always going to give us a hard game today. It was always going to be a tight game. But you cannot keep dropping when it's 1-0. It's too much of a dangerous, risky game to play. You've got to wait till at least you get the 2 or 3, you know what I mean? At 1-0, you just cannot do that. But look, let's get Grandpa on. I'm sure he can give us a positive spin on everything today. Grandpa!
Hi.
Oh, he's got his We Are Tottenham fleece on.
I can't
Oh,
hear
he's
you.
You want
on
a
mute.
positive-
You're on mute, Grandpa.
No, did you unplug this?
Can you hear me?
No, it's here.
It should be in here.
Technical difficulties.
Huh?
It should be plugged in.
Hey, can you hear me, Ben Simeon?
I thought it does make a difference.
Can you hear me?
Under?
Hello. Right.
Hold
Oh,
on to
there you
the
go.
Who's that?
Yeah, that's all good, Grandpa. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I always told you that when we play against teams that aren't very good, we don't do very well. I think it was very, very disappointing, really. I think the first half we were all over them. Second half, most of the time they had more possession. I was a bit disappointed because I thought they would have took Kane and Son off earlier and get them ready for next Wednesday. And I think that might have refreshed them, because they needed some refreshing when they brought on the other 3 players, and they brought them on too late. I think if they brought them on, at 60 minutes or 65 minutes, that would have made all the difference. But their goalkeeper was the man of the match by a long way. And then in our team, I still think Kane probably was the man of the match, particularly in the first half. Again, in the defence, he was heading the ball away more than most other people. It's a bit difficult to give credit to any of the others. They all played okay, and nobody was really outstanding, which was a shame. Toby, I think, was all right. No, it was a bit disappointing. It was a very, as I think you said before, it's sad that we don't build on something when everybody else is playing so badly and playing for us.
Yeah.
But let's hope that Fulham at least draw.
Yeah, let's hope they can do us a favour. But is it frustrating for you? Is it frustrating for you that we took the lead, we went 1-0 up, and we were playing well, creating chances. The keeper, as you say, was playing really well, and then we just seemed to allow Palace the initiative and allow them to dominate the ball, and the goal was coming the whole second half.
But isn't that getting where we are generally now? We just lack spark in the second halves, and partly they played a lot of some of them have played a lot of football, and they just seemed tired. They didn't seem to have the same positive attitude as they did in the first half. Is that tiredness or what?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I don't know. It's also a case you can say that it's instruction over Jose Mourinho, because the same thing keeps to be happening every game. You know what I mean? So it could be instructions from Jose Mourinho, and if it is instructions from Jose Mourinho, then we got to look at the way we're managing games at the moment, because we can't keep holding on to 1-goal leads. We need to go out and get that second goal, get that third goal, and put the game to bed.
Yeah, as I say, I think the main thing with Jose really is should have taken off those 3 players earlier on, and it would have given them some life back, because nobody else was really taking charge. In that second half, you didn't feel that they were taking charge. You feel that they were ahead, and they needed. I think that when Davis came on, it made a little bit of a difference. When Dele Alli came on, I thought he touched the ball a couple of times, but I felt more confident that we would be able to get some more shots in. And I think the last 10 minutes, they came alive again. in that last 10 or 15 minutes.
Exactly.
You know, we really should have got a
Grandpa,
goal.
did Danny come and watch the game with you today?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, so he can't come. He
He
can't
went
come
away in
anymore.
disgust.
He can't come anymore. He's not a good luck charm anymore.
It's all done.
Well, we'll see. He was told by his daughter he had to wear a mask.
Okay.
I told him maybe the reason we were wearing a mask, and he couldn't cheer that mask. Anyway, it was an entertaining first half. Quite entertaining.
Well, we had our
but
chances to go forward.
just
We
a bit
played well, didn't we?
we really did. I mean, I don't know in terms of shots how we did, but we certainly in the first half we were way ahead of them in terms of shots.
Yeah, but I think they called that back in the second half.
You know, that's football, guys. That's football, guys. You know, we still should. Let's hope we beat Liverpool. I think that's the big thing. That's the big thing, and that'd be fun.
We dust ourselves off, Grandpa. We move on and we go and beat Liverpool with positive attitude on Wednesday.
Absolutely, you've got to stay positive now because we're still in the top range, and if we can be there after Christmas, I think we've probably got still got a chance of winning the league.
All right, Grandpa. Always a pleasure speaking, hearing your positive vibes. But I think Fulham might have got 1-0 up here.
Is it a goal?
I think it's a VAR.
Really?
I don't think so.
That's a foul.
Is it a foul? Is it a goal or not?
No goal. It's a VAR call. All right, Grandpa. Thanks a lot for coming on. We'll speak to you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Nice one, Grandpa. Some interesting quotes from Mourinho. In the press conference, he's saying, "I told the players at half-time the exact opposite of what we did in the second half, but that's because of what they couldn't do. I want to admit that they couldn't try for the second goal. They didn't have the capacity. Some of my build-up players didn't have the accuracy. It's not that we didn't, it's because we couldn't."
What does that mean?
I don't know, it's very interesting terminology
Palming
there
off the blame.
From Jose Mourinho. I'm not sure what he means by that, but he's also obviously defended Lloris after people obviously blaming him for the goal, saying Lloris is the best keeper in the Premier League, the best player in the period. If I blame anyone, it's the team.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. You can't blame Lloris. No. He's literally, since lockdown, he's been the best goalkeeper in the Premier League.
Yeah. I think it's a difficult thing to handle anyway. The visibility would be very hard, and I do believe that I think it bounced just before he was about to catch it as well. So it's extremely difficult to it's one thing watching that ball constantly, but to actually it's very difficult. At
Craven Cottage, the ref is going over to look at the monitor.
Oh, so that means it's likely to be a penalty.
It's going over to the monitor. It looked like a penalty to me, to be fair. That was a penalty. It looked like a penalty to me. Fabinho takes out Fulham player. It's
they're checking that foul now as well. It's going to be interesting. We'll see if it's a penalty to Fulham.
Yeah, just give it to them anyway. I mean,
it's this one.
Fulham deserve to have a penalty right now.
Yeah, he's going to look over. I don't know if he's been given or not. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway,
let's get on our next guests. Let's get Alex Samuels on. Alex, how you doing, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, just a bit,
Bit disappointed, right?
I'm so disappointed because, I mean, a lot of people are looking at the Liverpool game and thinking, there it is. Got to get the 3 points, but had to beat Palace, and we didn't. So
Yeah, but look, it's not all gone. Look, it's just one game at the end of the day. But I understand your frustrations. It seems to be same old story over and over again. Teams around us drop points. But how do you assess it? What went wrong today?
What went wrong? Was the penalty not given?
No, not giving it.
Goodness sake. Our luck today is just, I think it was the first half was brilliant. It was a brilliant end-to-end stuff. Everything you'd want from a Premier League match. We were playing really, really good football, and then got the goal, and that was kind of our downfall, to be honest, because Palace were brilliant today. I thought really, really, really good. You can't really take anything away from them. I mean, probably one of the weirdest goalkeeping performances I've ever seen from their keeper. going from 0 to hero back to hero, or hero to 0 back to then hero again. You know, and I mean that save from Dyer at the final minute was just
unbelievable.
Unbelievable save. But you know what comes down to? It comes down to that Jose just didn't make the right changes at the end of the day. Or actually, probably not that he didn't have the personnel on the bench, which is, in my view, his fault. Harry Winks should have come in there, in my opinion. This would have been the perfect game for him. Winks has been poor the past couple of weeks, basically all season. But when you need a box-to-box midfielder to come on and you don't have one, that's probably why he didn't make the substitutions, because he thought, I've got no one on this bench to actually do a job here.
Would you like to have seen subs earlier as well, Alex?
Absolutely, because I mean, I knew it, you all knew it, a goal was coming for Palace. Absolutely, and that's why Luis, you can't put any blame on Luis, because they should have scored one way or another. Palace, they absolutely deserved it. Never mind, they hit the post in the first half, and so it's really, really frustrating, and it does show. I said it. I did say it today on Twitter when the lineup was announced and how Winks wasn't even in the squad. And if where was that replacement DM? Skips at Norwich and Winks is at home. So, and that really is kind of, in my view, where the problems lay today, that we just didn't have the right person on the bench. And I feel like the quote you had out before I came on about Mourinho.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. What did you think? What do you think about that?
I think that it's classic Mourinho, to be honest. He does, when he's very frustrated, it is one of the flaws of his management and what can get him into trouble sometimes. And I think Chelsea fans would say is an indicator of the Mourinho they and United fans know coming back to fruition, is that when he starts doing this sort of thing, it shows that he is very frustrated. But at the same time, you could take what he says, like, if they didn't perform today, they just didn't perform today. We know we've got great creative players in that squad, but if they don't perform, they don't perform, and that's on the players. That isn't on Mourinho. It is a bit of both. You got to.
I think the disappointing thing about that is that we got the first goal, and you'd like to think that we would push on from that.
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
If it was the other way around, if it was 0-0 for longer, or perhaps going to go down and we were playing like that, it'd be another story. But the fact that we just disappeared, didn't we? Like, just completely disappeared. I don't get it. I don't understand how we've done that again.
But look, you say we weren't performing. First 20 minutes, first 25 minutes, I thought we were all over them. It looks like we were creating chances at will. We get that goal, we revert into our shells, and that was the story of the game. And we invited Palace onto us at 1-0. And why invite teams onto us when we've only got a 1-goal cushion? I just don't get it.
But why did we do it? Why did we do it?
It makes no sense to me. You've got to have that goal cushion, at least 2-goal cushion.
Yeah, I mean, this game for me, once they started to completely suppress us and just attack our goal completely, and we were nullified, it seemed like a 1-1 game to me, completely. And it's just very frustrating when I feel like the entire fan base can see it was going to be 1-1 very, very soon, and actually we were lucky for it not to be sooner. And the chances they had to level it up, header after header from players like Benteke, for example. I mean, I thought some of their players were fantastic. I think Eze was really good today. I thought he caused us, him and Zaha, but especially Eze, caused us so many problems through the middle and on the left. And yeah, it was really difficult. And it kind of, what I'm worried about, it maybe even lays a pathway for teams to go at us in the future, because what they did today, Palace, was they did what we do. They all sat back and counter-attacked, and if we can be got at like that, and if they can show that we can be got at, that is quite concerning. But I'm worried about Liverpool, because if we lose that, I think you're going to see Twitter go, rest in peace, Tottenham's title challenge. And it would be hard to really argue against that. It does become, if you can't beat the the current champions, it does become quite a mentally, I suppose, as well as more physical, difficult task of really catching them. And yeah, it's obviously a 6 points a game. I'm just concerned.
At the end of the day, it's not all doom and gloom. We are still top of the league. It depends.
Yeah.
I think Fulham have just scored.
I think Fulham.
Oh yes.
Fulham have just scored. Fulham have just scored.
Come on! Come on, Fulham!
There's only one F in Fulham. One F in Fulham. Come on.
That's a good start, and they deserved it as well. From what
They
I've
have
seen.
deserved it. Look, Fulham have been all over them today, so far.
Yeah.
I know it's only 20 minutes gone, 25 minutes gone, but
Maybe Fulham can do us
title
a
is
favour.
still on, people. The title is still on.
Fulham can do us a favour today. But anyway, I think we have to move on.
All right, Alex. Thanks
Nice
a lot
one,
for
Alex.
coming on, my friend.
Cheers.
See
Good
you
speech,
later,
Alex. Oh, it's a good goal
you
as
later.
well.
Lovely.
Bobby Reed, it was a good goal.
Lovely.
That is exactly what we needed to lift our spirits.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully
But
Fulham
look,
can
let's
us
get on to
resolved.
Marcelo. We've got a lot of people waiting today. A lot of people to have their say. Marcelo, he's got a smile on his face, but I don't think you're very happy, are you?
Oh, listen, look, bro. I already said this was the real London derby, and exactly it showed that they're a tough team. I knew Palace would be a tough team, and look, Pep Guardiola said it. Many club managers have said it. This is where usually people lose points, especially even like the title races. You know, I've seen City, an amazing squad, come here and lose against these guys. So I knew this was going to be a tough game, and look. I wasn't happy with the defensive performance today. You know what I mean? I wish we were a little bit more organized. I think Dyer was losing Benteke a little bit, too much. It was very unusual from us, I know you guys been talking about, why do we score a goal and sit back? Well, I mean, I just feel like that's just Jose's philosophy. That's just how he wins titles. That's just how he's always done it. And he's setting a philosophy in the team where we can keep a one goal lead. And that's what he wants from this squad. And today, and you know what? We've usually done it. You know what I mean? This is what we've been doing this whole season. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't something new. Look at Arsenal. We scored a goal. We sat back. You know what I mean? Then we hit them on the counter. It's just today, we were really poor in the counter. And then we were really poor defensively. We were letting a lot of our, their players run loose in the box, which was very unusual from us. Very unusual.
Do you think, Marcelo, like, on that basis, like, if sometimes there's these kind of games where Jose needs to actually maybe adapt to a different kind of tactic, really. Like we can't always rely on that emphasis of get a goal and then hopefully defend a bit more and break them on the counter, because it doesn't always work, and teams do wake up to that a lot more. Do you think that more could be done to have maybe a plan B or a plan C in these kind of instances?
Yeah, I think so. And I think, in the past we have shown that we had a plan B, we have a plan C. I mean, I remember, we've had tight games and then we won in the last minute. We have adjusted our game. Today we weren't able to adjust. I mean, we got to give Palace credit. They're a good team, man. I said it. They're a good team.
Yeah.
We got to give Palace credit. And look, I say onto Anfield, bro. Let's bring on. I'm not losing any confidence whatsoever. We're still in this title race. And listen, I'm always positive, and I think we can get a result in Anfield. I think we can beat those guys. It's just like today, it wasn't like the best performance, and that's going to happen in title races. I mean, I don't get why people, when we go on this running streak, we beat all these guys, and then we have one blip, and then everybody, erupts and says, oh, it's over. You see Twitter go wild, and it's like, look at Liverpool. They're struggling against Fulham. You know what I mean? Like, I always say it. These bottom teams are tough, man. They're tough teams. They're not easy. So, we face a tough opponent. We lost a point. Unfortunate. You know what I mean? We could have been better defensively, but it is what it is.
But is it just frustrating because when we did attack in right beginning of the game for the first 25 minutes and for the last 15 minutes when we had the opportunity to attack the goal, we did create chances, and as you say, the keeper Guaita was man of the match, wasn't he? He was unbelievable.
Yeah,
making some
absolutely.
unbelievable saves today.
Yeah.
So isn't that even more frustrating that we invited so much pressure onto us in that second half when we showed during the game that when we do attack, we are creating chances.
But the thing is, what I was disappointed about is that we often, that's how we play, that's how we've been playing, we often invite pressure. We've been very good at soaking in pressure and not letting people create chances. And today we just didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't know where I don't know, like maybe the players were tired or something, but it just looked very unorganized today. You know what I mean? Like we can't do that. We can't keep a clean sheet. We can't keep the clean sheet against top opposition. It's just we failed on executing that game plan. And I mean, Eze, what a player, man. I mean, he was all over us today. You got to give him credit for that. But look, listen, we definitely have a plan B. We definitely have abilities. You saw, I mean, it was unfortunate that we woke up after the second goal. I blame a little bit on Jose. I felt like he should have made a substitution a little bit early, especially for Bergwijn. But look, listen, these things are going to happen in a title race. We're going to have a few blips here and there. Look at Liverpool. They've had a few blips here and there. Their fan base are still behind their team. You know what I mean? They lost 7-2 and they're still behind their team. Get behind the club, man. Support the club. We're still here.
Of course. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Marcelo,
Obviously, we're behind the club.
I think that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Keep the faith, stay positive, keep backing the side. And I think that's the number one thing people got to keep remembering. Look, the side have been amazing this season. This is just one blip that we're going to move past, and now we move on to Anfield. We move on to Anfield with our head held high and confident mood as well.
And you know what? People were saying the same exact thing when we drew against West Ham, right? Saying, "Oh, we drew 3-3. We lost, a 3-goal lead. Oh, how are they going to beat City? How are they going to get a result against Chelsea? How are they going to beat Arsenal? How are they going to beat all these other teams? They're screwed." You know what I mean? But look at that. Jose turned it around. So have trust in the manager. We're going to turn this around. We're going to go to Anfield. We're going to set that place on fire. We'll be lighting the matches. I'm telling you, bro. We're going to win at Anfield. Come on, let's go.
Come on, Marcelo.
Come on, Marcelo.
Come on, you Spurs.
Loving that positivity. Thanks for coming on, mate, and we'll see you soon. All right, let's move on swiftly to Chris.
Hey guys, you alright?
All
Hey,
good,
Chris,
Chris.
you
How are
right?
you?
You're alright. How's it going?
Yeah, good, mate. How do you assess that performance today?
Messy. I thought it was a bit of a messy performance, especially like giving away a lot of like free kicks. That's kind of what really annoyed me. I thought generally maybe we like defended okay. I just thought it was like it was the last kind of like season Spurs coming through, giving away free kicks up, and obviously Crystal Palace are really dangerous from set pieces. So we were always going to get undone by that. I kind of felt, and that was ultimately our downfall. And interesting comments from Mourinho. I thought this for a while, especially after Thursday. When he brought off like Bale, Winks, and Vinicius at half, just after we scored that goal.
Yeah.
It's that thing of like, does he trust certain players in that squad? And I don't think he quite does. I mean, we look at the squad and we say, obviously, he's brought in Doherty. It's good competition, but is he good? Is he the best? Is Winks the best? Definitely not. I don't think. And I just don't. I like obviously talking about Thursday's game. Say for example, that wasn't going the way he wanted. Even though we scored the goal, I felt like the game wasn't going the way he wanted it to. And again today, the game probably wasn't going the way he wanted it to. But again, the personnel on the bench wasn't quite there. Especially when Sissoko's got a yellow card. Have we got that DM to bring on and replace him and do the Sissoko role? I don't think we've got him in the
I
squad.
think you touched upon that, Ben, earlier, actually.
Yeah.
Did we take Sissoko off or not, and who comes
Exactly.
on? And
I mean, I was calling for them to take off Sissoko, but like you said, we literally had no one to
We
replace
didn't
him
need
with.
to at the end.
We didn't need to, but he was on a yellow card, and one bad challenge, he could have been off.
Yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, he didn't put a bad challenge in. He had a great game, so
Yeah,
you
he
can't
did.
really complain.
Yeah,
about that.
exactly. It was just more the yellow card kind of aspect of it, because obviously you don't want him getting sent off. But looking at the bench, we didn't have Winks, but then also
Yeah, but
Mourinho
that's not why we drew.
No.
Why we drew is because we invited too much pressure onto us, and as you said, I think you diagnosed it brilliantly. We conceded way too many set pieces, and that was our undoing. And from every set piece, they got closer and closer and closer, and it was just a matter of time before they got one of them in. And we just kept giving away stupid fouls around the box, fouling Zaha, fouling Eze, giving away cheap corners, and at the end of the day, it cost us. And the most annoying thing for me is, for those last 15 minutes and for those first 25 minutes, we did attack their goal and we created chances, and Guaita was man of the match. But yet, in that big period, in between that, we invited way too much pressure onto ourselves and it cost us.
100%. Absolutely. I completely agree. And also I thought, obviously, Guaita had a great game in goal. It was a classic goalkeeper versus Spurs performance.
Yeah.
Tim Krul did it years and years ago for Newcastle. Newcastle always do it against us.
And Newcastle Darlow did it this season as well.
He did it, yeah,
Unbelievable.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So we always have them kind of goalkeeping performances against us, which it is what it is. And that save against Dyer was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Really was.
But I genuinely think, like, thinking positively, in the context of the season, I think, especially if we go and beat Liverpool on Wednesday, like, we'll look at this in context. A point away at Selhurst Park isn't the end of the world, I don't think. It's obviously just context, really. If we go and lose, and then we go and lose 3 games or draw, like, keep dropping points, we're going to look and go, that was rubbish. But I just think the context of it, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, but in terms of the way that other teams drop points around us, Chelsea lost, Manchester United, Manchester City drew this weekend.
It is definitely annoying.
It's that same kind of underbelly, underpotch, where every time we got into a certain position, we didn't take those 3 points. And the same thing happened today. You can't argue against that.
Yeah, no, exactly. It is frustrating. It is really frustrating.
But do you back us to go up to Anfield midweek and get the points?
100%. Yeah, I was having this conversation. I was having a conversation with my Liverpool mates the other night, and they weren't having it. But I'm confident. I think we'll get something out of it. Definitely.
Well, when we do, I hope to hear back from you on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, sweet.
All right.
Nice
Thanks
one.
for coming.
All right, cheers, guys.
First time on as well, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah. Thank you. Love the channel. Love the channel.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please come on. Please come on again. Super chat here from Sukram Butt. Are you watching Fulham versus Liverpool? Scott Parker may do us a favour. Fulham lead 1-0 half time.
Scotty Parker's
not quite half time yet, is it? It's not quite half time. It's still 10 minutes to go.
It's 10 minutes to go to half time.
But Fulham looks like they are doing us a favour at the moment. But look, there's still a long way to go. We all know Liverpool
long way to go
turn this around. So
let's get the Irish yid on. Yes, David. How's it going, mate?
Come on, David.
How you going? Look, very disappointing today, lads. But at the end of the day, we're now 11 games unbeaten on the trot in the Premier League. And look, it's just the highs and lows of the title race as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, but was it opportunity missed today, do you feel?
Yeah, look, we all know it's an opportunity missed. I'm not going to sit here and deny that, do you know what I mean? I'm not delusional. But at the end of the day, lads, we got out of there with a point. Do you know what I mean? It's an away game. And like I said, we're 11 unbeaten now in the Premier League since the Everton game. And look, do you know what I mean? Look, this is the same Jose tactics we've been praising against City, Chelsea, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? That's got us these results and got us into this position. So I just want to say to all the fans out there, basically, like I've seen a lot of the comments in the live watch along and here now, like a lot of the fans going mad and turning on the Mourinho and some of the players out there. Just keep the faith. It's the highs and lows of the title race. We're still top. Fulham are doing us a favour right now. And we have the Scouse scum on Wednesday. And I'm fully confident we're going to turn up there and we're going to do them over. And in typical Jose tactics, he's done it with Chelsea and he's going to do it with Tottenham.
All right, I love the confidence, David. But you say it's the same tactics that got us the wins against Chelsea, City and Arsenal. But do you not think different games like today require different tactics to get the points?
Yeah, look, we should have kept it. We should have went at them again in the second half. We really should have. There's no denying it. But I'm thinking maybe Jose probably told him to sit back and try and reserve some energy for Wednesday, rightly or wrongly.
But Jose said they did exactly the opposite of what he told them to do in the second half.
Yeah, well, then it's down to the players. Look, it's down to the players then at the end of the day. And make no mistakes about it, this is going to hurt them. And this will give them another little reality check. Do you know what I mean? And hopefully it's come at the right time, in my opinion. And at the end of the day, we didn't lose the game. Years gone by, we would have lost this.
Yeah, I think it's a testament as well, not just for players, manager, but the fans as well, that we are sitting here very, very disappointed with the result that we've got, knowing that we could have taken the game by the horns, as it were, and win this game. And we're sitting with a draw instead. I think that is a testament.
Man of the match.
Yeah, and I think it is a testament to how far we have come in the last few years. I'm not brushing over the fact that we really should have tried to have won this game in a better scenario. But yeah, I think it is certainly a positive in that aspect and something that they can take into Wednesday and the training ground tomorrow, hopefully.
And as well, if the result stays the same as it is now at Fulham, we could be sitting here in 45 minutes saying it's a good point.
Yeah, probably.
That's a good weekend.
But look at the facts of the matter is, we were all over them in the 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
We could have got those 1 or 2 goals. In a game like this, I don't think we can afford to sit back until we get that second goal, until we get that third goal.
Look, if you look at the game as a whole, look, we could have been 3-0 up going in at half-time. We could have won it at the end. Yeah. At the end of the day, you see this time and time again time and time again that a keeper turns up against Tottenham and puts in a world-class performance. You've seen De Gea do it for United. You've seen Darlow do it for Newcastle. Tim Krul do it for Newcastle. And it happens to us time and time again. And look, on another day, we would have been 3-0 up at half-time. The game would have been done and dusted as far as I'm concerned. It's just football. It's just the way it goes, lads.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Fair
But
enough.
look, we got to stay positive. We go to Anfield full of confidence, and we're going to go there for the 3 points, aren't we, David?
Yeah, look, I'm 100% confident. Mourinho's tactics are really geared up for this sort of game. And I'm really confident we are going to turn up there and we're going to do them over. I'm really confident. And in Jose, we trust him. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you
All
Spurs.
right.
Come on.
You Spurs, David. Cheers.
See you
for coming
soon,
on,
David.
man.
See you Wednesday, lads.
Yeah, see you
See you,
soon.
buddy.
See you in a bit.
Have you got any tweets?
I haven't really been. No, I haven't.
Slacking.
Frank's going to be angry at you. Let's get Sam
No, 'cause
Hardcore.
we don't have. It's not been working.
Oh,
The
no?
link up, yeah.
Yes, Sam. How's it
Hello.
going, mate?
Could be better, but it could
Yeah.
also be worse. I mean, the way you played in that second half. I mean, after they scored the goal, we were good, but I mean, they could have scored more than the one goal. I mean, we had it coming. We kept on giving them chances, and Crystal Palace aren't a team to sit back and not take the chances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. But do you think that what do you think really cost us today? Was it the fact that we sat too far deep in the second half? Was it because we didn't take our chances? Substitutions? Who was the most at fault?
I think it was tactics. I think we put just too much pressure on our defence today, and I don't think they were up to the job. Because I mean, the pressure that was on them, they didn't get much help from people coming back as much, and we just kept on giving them chances. And as a team 1-0 up, you can't do that and expect the result. You need to push. And Jose said in the documentary about killing the game, we didn't kill. We did nothing. We scored the goal early on and did nothing to kill the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important for us because we are a team after we score that can sit back. But with 1-0 up, that was most certainly wasn't the right way to go after only 1-0 up, because it allowed them to come in and score.
Who would you say the best Spurs players on the pitch were today?
I'd say Huminson, definitely in the first half. I mean, second half he could have done more. I mean, every single Spurs player in the second half could have done more. There's no shadow of a doubt about that. But first half, Son, I would say, getting into the positions, asking for the ball. I thought Aurier and Reguilon up the wings were looking promising in the first half, getting into space. But I'm not too sure what happened in the second half. They weren't as pushed up, and they fell back. And I think that was a mistake.
Do you think that was down to Jose Mourinho instruction, or do you think they were just naturally dropping deeper, trying to protect the lead?
Well, I don't know, because he said that like they did the opposite to what he said. So I mean, who knows? But is that him shifting blame? I don't know.
It's tough to really know, isn't it?
To judge.
But
yeah.
In terms of going to Anfield, do you think we still go in there in positive spirits? And with them currently losing, let's see what happens in this game. But do you think we go there still full of confidence and we can go there and get a result?
I think this is the most important part of our season right now. Honestly, I really think it is. I think that we need to have an extremely strong mentality, come back from this draw, take things from the draw, work around, sort out teams, sort out shape. And I think Jose will know how much of a big game this is.
Yeah.
This is a make or break moment in our season. It really is. Whether we go to Liverpool and show other teams that have doubted us and that are going to take this draw, and I don't know, but the rival teams that won't think we're good enough now because of this draw, and if we go to Liverpool and show that we can beat them, I think that there's no reason we can't win.
All right, mate.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for coming on, my friend. Hopefully we'll
so
see you after the Liverpool game. Come on, you Spurs.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks so much.
Looking forward to it. We have a super chat here from Richard Blackdog. Richard
Blackdog, the one and only.
Not the worst draw of the season. Newcastle and West Ham were more difficult to swallow. That's definitely true. Because those ones we just had in the bag, didn't we? This one we never really had it under control. But those ones,
this game we were winning pretty much the whole game until the last 10 minutes. I know we were inviting pressure on us the whole game, but we were winning the game up until the last 10 minutes.
We never really looked like conceding from open play today. Well, open play, we didn't look like conceding. It was all just set pieces.
It was mistakes.
And that's exactly what cost us against Newcastle. What cost us against West Ham. It's exactly what cost us in a lot of games. Set pieces. We got tricky wingers like Zaha and them.
Yeah.
You can't afford to be giving them set pieces
There was a few sloppy bastards today as well.
I think the team didn't defend as they have been in the last 3 or 4 games.
It was a bit shaky.
And we didn't counter like we have been in the last 3 or 4 games as well. So, I mean, you could just put it down to an off day from the team.
I think we need to. I think we need to. I wasn't sure about Bergwijn today, about what really his role was, first of all. And I think that might play a bit of a part. Not necessarily him, but that particular position of like what was the responsibility of that, because there's many times where there was a big gap in those areas as well. I just think, it has to just be down to one of those days that you hope you can just brush under the carpet and move on, I think.
Do you think a player like Gareth Bale would have been more suited to this game than Bergwijn?
It's difficult to say, isn't it? It's difficult to say. Would he have been more suited to this game than
Because I thought that was genuinely the plan, to start Bale in this game, because he got taken off so early in Europe in midweek. And he got ill.
I wouldn't trust Bale as much as I trust Bergwijn to track Zaha back and double up on him like we did. So I probably wouldn't.
I mean, Bale could have played on the other side, and Son could have played on that side.
Potentially.
I thought about Winks as well. I thought Thursday the substitutions, but for me, it was an indication that these players would come off because there's going to be some kind of change. But none of them
were in the squad today.
I know, that's the thing. So I don't know what that was about. Obviously, Bale might have been ill and whatever. But yeah, it's just a bit of a bizarre game today. Really bizarre.
It's just frustrating. I think at the end of the day, look, it's the draw that we just got to take and move on. But it's just I think the biggest frustration is just that everyone else dropped points, so we had an opportunity to build a gap. But at the end of the day, the fact that everyone else did drop points also means this draw isn't as bad.
Not as worse.
So you can kind of two ways of looking at it.
Than none,
I know, but every time we look at it that way, because we never get the points when other teams drop points. It's the same old story.
But then again, if everyone had won, this draw would probably look worse, wouldn't it? In a way, so.
We got lucky that everyone around us dropped points this weekend because we dropped points.
And let's hope Liverpool carry on as well. They're about to enter half time. It's still
Fulham
1-0.
Fulham look like they've been amazing.
Fulham really turned up.
It's about to break even on Wednesday. Then.
Do you think maybe I'm thinking about Mourinho's comments? Do you think he's talking about when he says they did the opposite, but it's because they couldn't? Do you think he's talking about a fitness thing? Maybe he's saying we're overplayed. Or do you think it's because the other team, maybe he's saying they pushed so far forward that we couldn't really get out?
I think we've got enough talent and really good players to counteract what they would do. And I think it goes back to the conversation about having a plan B. I loved the way we played against Arsenal and getting that goal and bringing them and then countering. I think that's fantastic. But it doesn't work every game. And I questioned that. We all sat here, and I'm sure everyone at home as well. Why aren't we substituting earlier? Why aren't we changing a formation or a particular tactic? It just didn't match up, and I think sometimes you do need to have that plan B, plan C.
But also, we've been saying it all week how Palace love to get results against the bigger sides. They always turn up against the bigger sides.
They've always been like that, haven't they?
They've always been like that, and that's exactly what they did today.
It was no
surprise, was it?
Super chat here from Colin Lumsden. Maybe we thought because we held Chelsea and City, we could stop anyone from scoring. A little too confident, but we will beat Liverpool.
But then why stop scoring? Why not go and take the game to that? It's what I said last season as well. It's like don't let them have any kind of inkling in our half. Just get those 2-3 goals, put the game to bed, then make your defensive decisions and substitutions and do it that way around. It's too risky at 1-0, whatever game it is, to do what we've done today. It's just too much of an opportunity for other teams, especially like Palace, that do get those tricky goals or have those good defensive performances.
All right, let's get who's next?
Let's get Edwin on. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hey, Edwin.
Hello.
Hi. How do you assess that performance today?
First half, it was really good. I think we were attacking like we did against Southampton, against United. Okay. It wasn't like the Poch era. In the Poch era, we were getting a lot of crosses in the last few years, like the 1920 before he got sacked. But then this time we were working it around, and then yeah, of course, Ndombele's chance, and then Region shot just over, and Kane's header as well, and then of course Dyer's free kick at the end. So we had the bulk of the chances, but then also Palace definitely should have scored, put more in. So it could easily have been a 3-2 game to either side, but yeah, it's a 1-1 draw. And the way we've played, we've got to be happy with that.
If Liverpool end up losing today, would you say it's a point gained or 2 points lost still?
It's the middle of both. Because it's still 2 points lost that we could have went 3 points ahead of Liverpool, but it's also a point gain that we are still top. We are still top, and actually by points, by material points this time, not just goal difference.
Go
So
on. Yeah, sorry. Did you feel we did enough today to really attack Palace, though, in between after we won 1-0 up? Do you think we kind of sat back too much and invited too much pressure onto us?
to be honest, I feel like it wasn't the tactics or it wasn't anything of that sort. I feel like the players were just a bit fatigued, and also I feel like it was possible that some of them were saving themselves for the Liverpool game. They didn't want to run because they wanted to go to Anfield and really push that. It's just like the last game before Arsenal. They weren't pushing in the last game because they were focusing on the Arsenal.
Yeah.
So
Who was your standout players today for Tottenham?
for Spurs, Region made a few good runs. I won't say he did everything right with the ball, but the intent was there. Though overall, I'm actually gonna say Alderweireld.
Alderweireld.
So-
He was
Oh,
very good
he
today,
was
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Top Toby.
Few good tackles, and yeah, he could have done anything about or the other few chances that Palace got. To be fair,
What do you think Jose Mourinho should have done differently today?
sub Bergwijn off faster. I was screaming at the television for it. And I didn't understand because we had a like for like substitution with Lucas on the bench,
He didn't come
And,
on today,
yeah.
Lucas, did he?
He didn't.
No.
and I have no idea why. I think Mourinho reacted too slow for that. We could easily have subbed Lucas on in the 70th minute, and then both Son and Kane could drop back, and then Lucas could exploit the space in behind as Palace were pushing forward. Since he's so fast and he's got the flair, and he also can track back if necessary. So I don't understand why Lucas didn't get any minutes in this game.
Are we still going to Anfield midweek full of confidence?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
There's no reason to not be full of confidence after walloping City and the Gunners and all the rest.
All right,
All right, nice one.
Edwin, thank you so much for coming on, my friend. We'll speak soon.
Gotta go sleep now. It's what one.
Good night,
one-
my friend. Good night.
Good night, man.
With
later.
the I guess like I know it's easy like when you're winning to be really positive and not fast think about it, but I just saw a comment on the chat just a minute ago about a playmaker. Are we still lacking that? Are we still missing some? Lo Celso is a fantastic player and Mbele is a fantastic player, and we know they have abilities to be playmakers, but I guess in that substitution element, when you look at that bench and you thought, okay, we've got great players, but who's that player that could come on and make something happen or pull that into it?
Well, I think if we're looking for creativity from the middle, I genuinely think we don't need anyone better than Lo Celso and Ndombele, but I think both of them weren't really at it today.
No.
That's what it came
Do
down
you
to.
think, like,
But
for
we
me,
did create chances. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. We did
Like,
create chances.
I'm still
we didn't
questioning.
after like kind of the 30th minute.
Yeah, but that wasn't. Was it because of them? We didn't.
I don't know. I thought in the second half, Ndombele hardly had a kick, and when he
Yeah.
did, he kind of misplaced.
I thought Lo
passes.
Celso did well when he came on.
I think.
I
I think maybe
I
in the
thought he
last
did
10,
well.
15.
I'm not sure about Bergwijn's role today, and I think why didn't Lo Celso start if he's that good, if he's that much of a playmaker? So why didn't he start the game and do what we need to do and then bring on someone. I just didn't quite get it. Or at least bring him on earlier. We've already been through that many times.
Well, I thought Ndombele played well in the first half.
Yeah, he was
just
good.
dropped off at the back end of the first half and drifted into the second half.
I think there was an issue in the midfield to attack area, our third.
We just weren't counter-attacking as devastatingly
and
as we have
Harry
been.
shouldn't be the dependable person to have to keep coming back to try and make something happen. We do need someone in that pocket to be doing something. I think that's what we missed in some aspects of that game.
In the second half, we just basically reverted to just long balls again, and I just hate it when we do that. It's just so frustrating.
It's like ran out of ideas, basically.
I don't think there was a bad performance. I don't think there was a bad performance individually.
It was from 35 minutes onwards.
I mean, individually though. I think as a team there was a problem. As an individual, you couldn't go.
No one had a
this
bad
player
game,
was terrible. This player was terrible.
I agree with you. No one really had a bad game.
Yeah, it's just it is probably at the conclusion. It's just one of those days.
Yeah. No, I think that's exactly right. But let's get on our next guest, and Anik.
Hi,
Anik, how are you, my friend?
I'm good. What about you guys? How are you doing?
Yeah, could be better, but still gotta take a positive attitude. Still got big games coming up. How do you assess that performance today?
Okay, today the game. I mean, I'm not disappointed, but I'm not happy either.
Yeah.
But what I can say, this was the game we expected that we should have brought in more creativity. Our critique was that what will we do against people who like to sit deep and play on the counter attack themselves? So here it was a test for us. I mean, initially in the first half, we handled it pretty well. We got decent chances. But what happened in the second half, my assessment is that we lost the game on the basis of physicality because we could not physically dominate them. It was a big factor. If you see Reguilon, he had a good game, but physically, whenever he is busting forward, he has been put down. Christian Benteke, who is a very strong and a big guy, it was very tough for our defenders. Højbjerg had a good game, but again, he was struggling physically. So today the game was all about physicality. And again, if we are not strong as physically as Crystal Palace, we should not concede cheap free kicks. Yeah. So that, in the end, would have made the difference. So we all knew the goal was coming.
Yeah.
So it was there, and it was a cold night. So evening. In England it must be evening. So it's difficult. So that's where I think we lost the game. We drew it. So we could have killed the game, but we couldn't. Maybe it could be because of back-to-back fixtures. We're facing Europa League, then Sunday games. So it might have been tough. So that's my.
But how many players lasted from Thursday to today? Who played? No one.
No.
9 changes was it?
Reguilon was the only one at half time.
Yeah.
But in terms of, do you think it was just a kind of off day from the Spurs squad today, or do you reckon it was tactics that kind of was our undoing today?
Okay, judging by the first half, and I don't think Jose Mourinho and go and say and tell the people that we all knew that Crystal Palace were good at set pieces, and that's how we considered the goal. I don't think the manager will go and say and sit deep and not consider the goal. Maybe because we are too confident that defending Manchester City, defending Chelsea, defending Arsenal, we didn't consider goal. So maybe we were a little bit naive, and that's why we considered the goal. But what I can say is this is a lesson for us. Let's not be too confident. And if people would say we are not the most creative team. We are not playing well. I know Alex is on the line. He will say this is a bad tactic. Alex. But I'll tell you something. In 2016-17 season, if you look, we were the most attacking team. And Chelsea played on counter-attacks. They won the league. They also lost to Crystal Palace 2-1 at home. But we drew it. So if we go by stats, again, when Leicester won the league, they were a counter-attacking team. So let's not be naive. Let's be patient and see how it goes. At least let's give the boys, the team, the manager a break. I know it's not a good performance. Let's see what happens in the next few games. That's how we should assess it.
Do you think with the counter-attacking tactics, it's the kind of thing where it can go against you, but if you do it every game, you're going to win more games than you don't?
Yeah, look, eventually we can't always sit back because eventually if teams are attacking, we concede goals. So today, I don't think Spurs were set up to be doing counter-attack. The second half, they were inviting pressure. The physicality was too much. I don't think our midfielders could not handle the physicality of their players. And plus, if you see the crosses that were coming in, Christian Benteke was taking on 2-3 players single-handedly. So that was a big error. That's why we should have got some. I think from the beginning we should have played a player like Ben Davies. Again, I would question what Sergio Bergwijn is doing there. Plus, Ndombele, I like Ndombele. He's a very good player. But if we see this kind of games, we need direct attack. Ndombele is not very direct when he's creating chances. He makes space for himself. Then he lets the whole team play. Lo Celso, on the other hand, is too direct. Maybe Lo Celso could have started the game because we needed direct attacks. Because it was difficult for us in that midfield. That's why we lost the games. And again, we considered those cheap free kicks, because of which we lost to West Ham. Drew at West Ham. We drew at Newcastle. So that is how it went overall.
Are you still confident going into the game on Wednesday?
Yeah, I would be confident. This would be a big lesson for them. I guess at now Liverpool is losing. Maybe they would lose. Maybe it will be a draw. So we'll
long way to go. Long way to go.
Yeah, long way to go. But I would say I would be happy if Spurs go second, because they will have more incentive to play for. They would have the extra edge. That's what my understanding is.
All right, Anik. Thanks for coming on, my friend. Always good to chat to you about Spurs. Speak soon.
Nice one, Anik.
And now let's get ready for the roller coaster. Alex.
Here we go.
Alex, how you doing,
the chickens
mate?
come home to roost.
How you doing, mate?
What did you just say, Ben?
I said, let's get ready for the roller coaster.
He started already.
Nah, I'm joking, Alex. I'm joking, Alex. How are you?
By the way, Sim. Hello, Ben. Yeah, great to see you, man.
By the way,
Sim. I've got to say, keep that energy about Winks. Yeah. Good on you, mate. Honestly.
Thank you. Someone who appreciates some good football knowledge, Alex.
The thing is, though, I think a lot of people just think it's an easy target. Yeah, they said the same thing about Dyer when he was in midfield. I was at the Tottenham Stadium when people were having a go at Dyer. Look how he's playing now. Yeah,
it's not in midfield though, is it?
What?
It's not in midfield.
I don't care. He's not going. He's not leaving because he's a homegrown player. And if we sell him, you have to get another homegrown player in. You can't get a foreign player in. So it's pointless selling him. You know what I mean? Could I just say as well, big up to Ali, because I was impressed by him. And to be honest with you, the thing that might turn me with Mourinho is the way Ali's playing, because I was shocked when I saw Ali come on, and he was defending, he was doing things. I was like, okay, what's happened here? So, you know what I mean?
Alex, this is music to my ears, what you're saying right now. Absolute music to my ears.
I still don't like Mourinho, but anyway, moving on.
Yeah, but it's coming. I can see you're about to turn. I can see it's
coming. Some chinks in the armour.
And I want to go on to other points as well, because I've only got 2 minutes.
Please, go, Alex. I want you to hear all your points.
Talk to me, Alex. Talk to me.
So what I'm saying is, this was coming. This was coming for me, okay? And I think it needed to come because it just puts reality check to Tottenham fans for me, okay? The thing that annoyed me about the game today, why is it we let Crystal Palace on us? The goal was coming. It was going to come regardless. And then suddenly you start attacking. So it's just that was the annoying thing about the game today for me. It's like, why did we let them attack us and do all that attacking? And this is where I think I have the issue with the way we play. You can only counter-attack against certain teams. But then when teams get wind of how you play, you have Chelsea. You have teams like Chelsea, they'll stop you doing that. You know what I mean? And I think we're going to have a problem against Leicester. I know I keep on mentioning Leicester, but they're classic. You just need to put Vardy on Alderweireld, and he's just threw a one-on-one and he scored. You know what I mean? You can see it straight away. So I think this needed to happen. We're not in the title race at the moment. I'm not going to talk about titles. When April comes, we can talk about titles. Okay? We need top 4 this season.
So
okay?
Alex, when you were saying, Alex, about reality check, how many reality checks do we need? Because we have one against West Ham as well. You know, if we want to be serious about staying top and we want to be serious about being up there, you know, we can't keep. You know, everyone has a bad day, of course, but you know, how many reality checks are we allowed to have? You know, how many times do we have games like today where we know we probably should have won or should have been better? What do you think about that kind of thing?
The thing is, though, it comes down to expectation. Okay, my expectation is getting into the Champions League this season.
Right up here.
Okay, it's Champions League. Okay, because that's what we need. That's why Pochettino got sacked. That's the expectation of Daniel Levy. Okay? People who think that we're going to win the title, I think that's unrealistic at the moment. Okay? It's a bonus. Okay? I'll be up in the air if we win. I want to be in the stadium, though.
I don't think anyone's expecting us to win it.
But then say it again.
Expecting us to win it.
Yeah, I expect us to win the title.
I don't think I've ever said on this channel I expect Spurs to win the title, but I think we can challenge for it. That's all most Spurs fans are saying. I think.
Challenge definitely, of course.
I don't think it's. I think it's unrealistic to say that we're going to compete for the title. And also, like I said, I've said it on Dave's channel as well. A great channel, by the way. Love Dave, by the way. So I'm going to call on it again, talking about Winks and the decision about Winks and stuff. But for me, you can lose the title in December. You can be out the title race. You can't win nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't think we can start talking about titles. I think if we're in April and we're still there, okay. Obviously, there is a title race here, but I think it's quite silly to start saying to ourselves, we're going to win the title or we're in the title race at the moment.
Who is in the title race for you, Alex? Who is in the title race for you?
Well, obviously, you've got Liverpool and Man City who know how to win the title, don't they? And they've got the ammunition as well. They've got the money, unfortunately, and we haven't got the money. So we've got to overachieve. Like I said before, I've said before how many times to people, we've had to overachieve to get to the achievements that we've had. You see, I'm not, you know what, guys, I know that we haven't agreed and stuff, but I used to think like you guys when I was a young boy. I used to think like you guys, like a young boy. I used to think we should think, I was always having those over expectations where I wanted to see Tottenham do things. I wanted to see the superstars like Van der Vaart, David Ginola, those sort of players in our club. You know what I mean? I wanted to see those sort of players. But unfortunately, I think we're in a different era at the moment. It's about creating a team, which he has created a team. He has created a team that is really good. Manager. But there's still questions there. There is still questions there for me because when Son and Kane are not playing, I mean, it was interesting when you said about the playmaker. We've got a playmaker. We've got Kane. Kane's the playmaker.
Do you think we should keep relying on Kane though?
Well, that's the question why I say when Kane and Song are not playing, other players need to step up. The question about Birdwin, I mean, I've said to you before, Birdwin hasn't evolved. You see what I'm saying? And I blame the coaching staff for that because when you've got a player that doesn't evolve, they go stale. You see? So I think he needs to evolve. Undembele needs to evolve. I'm not blaming the player, but until they evolve, because Undembele's got more evolution in his game. He's got more to his game. Mm-hmm.
I think Bergwijn being quite young, isn't he? Bergwijn's still young, but I agree with you, Alex, on that point. I think I questioned his role today and whether that's himself or tactically from Jose of where his position was. I don't think he was even on the wing today. He was more in the middle for me, and I was kind of thinking, well, he's not obtaining the ball very well. He's not. He's losing the ball quite a bit or not tracking back properly, and I think that's for me that was a big missing piece of the puzzle today in the whole game in that area of the pitch. Not saying that it's his fault, but I think there was a big gap in that area of the pitch today. To be honest,
you know what? I like your conversation. I really do like your conversation, by the way.
Thanks, Alex.
Have him more on the channel, please, because he's very good. Because I like having this debate because this is why I like football. But yeah, I just think that he needs to evolve. Players do need to evolve in our team, and I think unfortunately the system that we play doesn't give the evolution to the player. You see, and unfortunately, I thought Gareth Bale wasn't in because it doesn't work. It doesn't work with him. He's ill, obviously, but I would have given Jose props if we left him out the team because it's not working. It's not working. And I said it from the very beginning. I said, why have we got Gareth Bale in the team when he's not got the pace? He hasn't got the drive. He hasn't got everything. He hasn't got it anymore. You see, how does he fit in the team? You see,
Yeah,
you
I
might as
think
well have
Gareth
you might as well have
brings-
Damari Gray in our team. You might as well have
Gareth
Damari
does
Gray
bring
in
a
our
lot to the table, though, in the sense that the back room, his experience and everything. And of course, we want to see some cameos from him as much as possible this season. I don't know if
Yeah, but we're not that sort of
answer
team
to today,
anymore.
would he? But
We're not that sort of team anymore.
No.
We're supposed to. We're supposed to be driving. We're supposed to be pressing. We're supposed to be. That's why Bergman's playing. To be fair, he does defend, and I am impressed.
I don't think Bergman defended today very well, though.
No, I think we're all right. We're all right. I think there's a bit of harshness, a little bit there. I think Dyer, I've always been impressed with in defence. I've always been impressed with him, and good on him. You know what I mean? Lewis it's not his mistake. Lewis has done really well for us. So if anybody's going to have a go at Lewis, I think they need to look at themselves, because Lewis has done everything absolutely
Lloris
really
is the best goalkeeper in the Premier League on
Exactly. We're lucky to have him. So I think people need to just calm down here. Like, we brought it on ourselves, that goal.
It is difficult for him to save that, because I think it did bounce before he got it, and it's very hard to see that kind of ball coming in anyway. But to that point, I think we create more problems for ourselves today than the other way around.
Exactly. At the end of the day, we're our own worst enemy today, and we should have put that game to bed in the first half an hour.
Yeah. But it's like 4 or 5, right? 4 or 5 free kicks we're giving away, and ridiculously
let's be honest,
stupid.
guys.
And cheap corners.
It needed to happen to put us again to give a reality check so we can push on further. Okay, because games against Liverpool, I'm more concerned about Leicester at the moment. I really am concerned. I'm concerned because they're my bogey team. I just think they can do something there, and I'm concerned about that game.
I was going to say, how confident are you for Wednesday night?
As far as I'm concerned, as long as we get a draw out of that game, I'll be happy. Because I think Liverpool have got too much ammunition, pace, because Alderweireld and Dyer are going to play, and I'm worried about Dyer against Alderweireld against pace. And I don't think I think Klopp's smart. He's not going to be drawn into our tactics of playing defensive football. And
What do you think we have to do, Alex, on Wednesday? What do you think we have to do in terms of our approach to this game? Obviously,
I think it's going to be a tight game, a very tight game. I don't think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a very tight game, where I think it's going to be where whoever drops first wins the game. So I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be like chess.
Be a game of managers, I think.
Yeah. Do you think we could potentially see 3 centre backs on the pitch on Wednesday night? Maybe he's chucking a Joe Rodon.
Possibly. I think that might be a good option. That could be a good option for us. But even if we do lose the game, it's not a disaster. As long as we don't thrash. If we don't get thrashed, that's the main thing. Because, like I said before, I think us being how we move forward, how far we've come, will be determined how we come back from losses. You see what I'm saying? Disappointments. And that's where I'll see whether we've got the mental scar to go forward. You see, and I'm only going to talk about top 4 at the moment. I'm not talking about the title, because I think top 4, I'll be really happy with that, because I think it will solve us going forward in the summer, because things will, progress from there for me. What I really do hope, and this is off the top of at the moment, that we can just get back into the stadium. I'm fearing that we're not going to have fans against Leicester. I'm really fearing, which is going to wind me up, to be honest with you, because I think it does help. It really does help, because I watched the Man United game yesterday, and it was dead. It was literally dead with no fans, literally. And it does help having fans at the stadium. So, I mean, if anybody gets a ticket to go to watch a game, please behave yourselves. And please, don't do anything stupid, because we really do need fans back in that stadium. It's a brilliant stadium, and I'm missing it. I'm really missing it.
We all are, Alex. And hopefully we'll be able to see you back at the stadium quite soon. But as for now, we're stuck here. But thanks for coming on, Alex.
Nice one,
Alex.
Thank
Good to
you.
see you again.
Thanks, Alex.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Alex, mate. Now let's go on to the last guest, Josh. Josh.
Oh yes, come on.
I know you've been waiting quite a bit. Sorry for the wait.
No, I just came on, lads. Don't worry about it. I was
Okay.
just waiting there, listening to everyone else. Look, we can't be upset with being where we are in the table. Yeah. So let's just put things into perspective straight away, because we don't want to become Spursy as fans, which means we start going back to what we used to be. We're not that club anymore. We're not, mid-table Arsenal. We're not flirting with top 6. We're at the top of the league right now. So let's just get everything into perspective and what we've achieved up till this point in the season, which is a lot, which is great, which is probably the best start we've ever had. Remind me when, I don't even know when, the last time we had a start there. So let's just remember
61
where this
apparently.
club is at the moment. Exactly. So we can't be too negative on the team, because they have done amazingly well in the last so many games, right? It's like they've done everything we've asked of them. They've got through that tough period. They've had a slight day off at the office. And for me, I just wonder if the players are up for these sort of games as much as it would be for a Liverpool, a City, a Chelsea, a Arsenal, because that motivates you. That motivates the fans. A lot of fans will not miss that game. Even your sort of sofa fans make those games. And I just wonder if Tottenham turned up today and thought, we're going to win this and we'll be top of the league tomorrow, and happy days, on we go. And I just wonder if Mourinho deep down is quite disappointed with the character that we showed today, which was, at times, I felt like Crystal Palace wanted it more. And as a football fan, you want your team to want it more than the opposition team. And today, at moments, I was looking at that. And if I wasn't a Spurs fan, I'm looking at that thinking, that other team wants it more than this team. And I know they're the home team and they've got 1,000 fans or 2,000 fans screaming out. And maybe the Spurs players were not used to having, we've not had opposition fans. It's the first time. So, there's lots of little adjustments, a small ground, fans in your face. It was a slightly different day at the office for them today, to what they've been used to over the last few months. So let's give them a little benefit of doubt on that. Now, the character side of things, I'm really looking forward to Liverpool on Wednesday, because Liverpool on Wednesday is going to show me what sort of character we have in this team at the moment. And I think the jury's still out. I mean, trust me, we've shown a lot in the last few games, beating City, drawing away to Chelsea, beating Arsenal. And today, if the goalkeeper doesn't have a worldie, we win that 3-1, 2-1, 3-0, whatever. So I think we're being probably a little bit too harsh on the team, guys. I think a lot of the callers are being a little bit too harsh. Now, we've been spoiled. We've been used to wins and clean sheets and being at the top of the league and having all the numbers going for us. But in reality, no team wins every game and wins the league. You're going to get draws and losses. And this is one of those days where you just put it down to, okay, it didn't quite go for us. The keeper saved everything. And that's all it is, I think. I don't think we want to put too much to this, because it's a new feeling for us, because we're used to winning, and that's great, to feel a draw. It's been a long time. And, in all fairness, I think we might be jumping the gun here by slating the team too much. I think Wednesday will give us a clearer picture. And I think they'll be up for it on Wednesday. And Jose will get them to retaliate on Wednesday and put in that extra yard. We were off the pace a bit today, and I think we had a gear to still get into, but we didn't move into that gear. But I think the guys will be up for it on Wednesday, and I think we'll all be sitting here on Wednesday night saying we're back on top. Hopefully Liverpool draw or lose tonight in the next 45 minutes. But I think that we're probably being a bit harsh, because in all fairness, we could have won that had the goalkeeper not had a worldie. And bear in mind, we would have won that without playing well, and that's a great sign of a team as well.
Well, I tell you the truth, Josh, I completely agree with everything you're saying there, 100%. But for me, what hurts the most is that we had an opportunity today. It was a complete opportunity missed, with Chelsea losing, with the Manchester clubs dropping points. And it seems to be a common theme year in, year out. When these kind of results go our way, we also seem to drop points and not have the greatest game. And I think that is what happened today. And that's what hurts for me the most. Not really the way we played the game, but the way that other teams dropped points and we didn't capitalise on that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and it's annoyed me, that today we could have taken a good few points on our rivals. On the traditional top 6, we would have taken some good points on them. So I'm not going to count Southampton in or Everton. I don't feel they're going to be in and around the top of the table in a few months. But you've got to remember that Jose is still working on this squad and the mentality of the squad. Now, we probably don't have many styles of play at the moment. We play that one way of football. And I feel like the team went in a little bit, do we attack, do we defend today? And I don't think they quite knew how to approach Crystal Palace. Now, when you're playing against a team in any sport and they change or they adapt their tactics to your tactics to nullify, you've got to have another form of play. You've got to have another way to beat that team. And I feel like that's where Jose needs to get involved with the players. Is look, if this is not working, we go that way. If that's not working, we go that way. So I just wonder if today Jose goes back to the office tonight and when he's on his own, he's going to think, I need this team to be more dynamic. I need them to switch to different styles of football because we looked a little bit run out of ideas at some point, and we're not going to go long ball because that's not the sort of answer anyways, and that's not strategically the way to play. The way to play is find different formations, and I felt he threw Dele Alli on because he ran out of ideas, and that is the area of improvement to become champions or be, winning these sort of games is be able to switch up styles. But that's work in progress, guys. You're not going to get a magical stick that comes in and says, right, I'm going to teach you different ways to play football whilst we're playing in the Premier League week in, week out. That's stuff you do in pre-season. That's something you do on the training ground. And I just hope that the players start to adapt to game situations and management of games in a better way than what we've seen in the last 4 or 5 games, which has worked great up to this point. But I feel we're going to run out of ideas if we don't start working on that style of play.
Josh, we ended up drawing today. We're now 11 games unbeaten. We obviously didn't get the win, but what's cool? We are still unbeaten. So how important was it to get that point to keep momentum going and not actually lose the game today?
Do you know what? Liverpool lose in the next hour or they draw, we're still top of the league, and that is almost like mentally in terms of headlines and newspaper headlines, we're still at the top. We haven't dropped a place. So that's massively important. So hopefully we'll get away with it today, and it's one of them days where we say we got away with that one. But I mean, look, a draw away to Palace is not a great result for where we're at the moment. We want to be winning the games. That's not a game we want to draw. But look, we've got to keep our eyes on the long game. If we keep taking these results in isolation, then we're not really looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is we've done fantastically well up to this point. Even against Royal Antwerp, we switched it up. We will switch it up. I think the players weren't quite up for it today, guys. I just don't think the motivation was as high as maybe it would have been with City or Liverpool on Wednesday. And I just think the guys just missed the yard. And we'll see that on Wednesday. We'll see the fight and bite. But what I do want to see on Wednesday is a switch of style of play when we need it. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing with this Spurs team is, can you switch it up? Because that's what the top teams do. They dynamically switch it up and they don't panic. They find a new or different way within the game to react to the situation. And I just wonder, with Poch, we didn't have that, guys. We didn't have that with Poch. It was what it was. Jose is one of the only few managers in the world who's worked in many different football leagues and knows many different ways to play football. And he's the man we have to trust in, and we have to let him do his work. And that's one of his things is going to be at the top of his list is, I need this team to adapt to different situations when we get a Crystal Palace situation next time arise. And that could be, I don't think Liverpool game's going to be similar to this one. It's going to be a bit more open, I believe. And I believe Jose will still play the counter-attacking style. But should it not work in a game, whether it's Liverpool, Palace or Leicester, I want to see the team switch it up. And that, for me, is the area of improvement for our team at the moment is, can we switch it up or not? Or are we just going to play the same way?
All right. Josh, as always, massive pleasure having you on. Always a great way to end the show. And we'll look forward to speaking to you on Wednesday.
Take it easy, guys. Come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. All right, guys, it's time to end the show. We've got one more super chat here from Will Stewart. He says, out and about, so I can't jump on, but my thoughts this week are now we need 3 points at Anfield. We can get it done, but a draw isn't enough anymore on Wednesday. Our current passing stats are thumbs down, he says.
Yeah, I mean, our passing was pretty horrific today, let's be honest.
But yeah, it's true. But look, Liverpool still currently losing. Hopefully we'll watch
not for long, it looks like. Not for long. I mean,
really?
Liverpool are
piling the pressure. Well, hopefully, even if they do concede, they can hang on for a draw. We'll
the Fulham keeper, I think it's Areola, is it? He's having a blinder.
Yeah. All right, well, still 1-0, but we'll see it come the end. And then, obviously, the cup final for Arsenal later tonight. Hopefully, we can sit back and enjoy that.
Massive 6 pointer at the bottom of the league tonight.
We'll sit back and enjoy that, knowing that we're still going to be near the top of the league, whatever happens. But look, we go into Wednesday, still 11 games unbeaten, still near the top of the league, still with a great record against the top 6. So I think we go in there full confidence. It didn't come out what we wanted today, but look, we still got the draw. We are still unbeaten, and we take the point and move on.
All right, 100%. I'd like to say thanks to Si for coming in and joining us
Thank you.
today.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have
Watch
Si
Along
on.
and Fan Show. Thank you to all of you out there for all your super chats, everyone that has come on, everyone that's got involved in the comments and the Watch Along and the Fan Show. Sorry, it's not a better result today. We're all as hurt as each other, but Tottenham till we die. We go to Liverpool still with confidence, still with our heads up, looking for those 3 points.
Hopefully top of the league as well.
Exactly,
We'll see.
and
We'll
hopefully
see.
top of the league. As time of recording, Fulham are winning 1-0 against Liverpool. So there's still a lot to be happy about being a Tottenham fan. Yes, it wasn't the result we wanted today, but still a very positive mood around the club, let's be honest. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always,
Come on, you Spurs!